Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and also I'm true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide mentor, co-creator, and galactic ambassador from Pleiadians. And with me today again is two wonderful, beautiful ladies, Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morganne has been called healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morgan is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us today as well is Jeannie Reyna, licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington, works primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, and emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeannie sees herself as a lifetime student of growth. She continually takes classes to enhance her knowledge base. So, hello, 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 my two lovely ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's been 2 weeks. You left me last week alone. Ay, ay, ay. But I actually went through with the show. So
Beautiful.
I, for some 15 minutes, 20 minutes, was just entertaining everybody. But there was something important to tell, which one I needed to tell. So I done it. So I'm very, very glad you're back. I like when you have with me. I think this three of us, this uh, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit Trinity, it's really great. I actually read recently the need go together three souls together is the huge power. So there we are, three souls together making huge power, hopefully. So you
Yep,
be
where two or more are gathered, as it says scripturally, right? Because when we all are in that same mindset, we have the same frequency. Like we're on the same kind of path. We amplify that frequency. So that's why that where three or more are gathered or two or more are gathered comes from, because and that's why it's great to pray in groups and do world global meditations, because everybody's getting in sync with that same frequency, and it amplifies it when we do that. So yeah, and the three of us are just like we're on the track of healing and wholeness and service to others. We good.
Yeah.
yeah. So what we talking about today, Morgan? I need to follow your lead. Or
Well,
I can start with what I need to read and
sure.
then we go
Start
from
start
there.
your reading, and then I'll report. I'll report.
Okay, great. So today Galactic Federation wants me just to read couple small things to remind you where we are, like little energy update. So, with Mercury now in retrograde motion, it's time to slow things down and allow this energy period to work for you and not against you. Take as much time as you need to replenish, recharge, and reflect on how far you have come. The old is gone, so flip that script, turn that page, and prepare to be amazed. You are in alignment with all that is for you, your highest good. Beautiful soul, there is nothing to fear, only to love. The timeline shift into Age of Aquarius continues, moving you into pleasure and abundance. These blessings are already entering your energy field and will continue to materialize. This Mercury retrograde is helping bring your consciousness and subconscious understanding into physical form. Trust the feelings that are revealing that you can have it all. Ground the nudges and feelings into physical to assist in co-creating the good life. So trust the feelings that are revealing that
Yeah.
you have it all.
Yeah,
So
that's what we talked about on our last prayer group at the beginning of July, right? It was like when we're doing the prayer work, a lot of times people do that prayer work from the head, right? But it's when you come down and drop into the feeling nature of you is when the magic happens. That's the juice. That's the electricity. We can have thoughts all day long, but then if we attach a feeling to it, watch out. And you can know this by when we have like, like we'll pick a negative thought, right? And when we have a negative thought, we might have a really icky feeling that comes with it. And guess what? That's what we get, right? Thought plus a feeling equals a result. The universe doesn't really care what thoughts and feelings. It doesn't. It's benign in that way. It's we who care. And if we like good results, then that's a profound message right there, Daga, because truly the old what's happened in the past, that's so over. Yet people want to continually drag that shit into the present moment and feel all icky about it and reignite the whole dang thing again, right? It's like it's crazy making. It's like leave the past in the past. Take the gems, the nuggets, the empowerment, the whatever you got from that, and bring that forward. Like, like a lot of kids didn't grow up a great way, right? They grew up in hard families. They grew up with, grief or sadness or suffering or whatever. But you don't have to stay there. Once you move from that, you're empowered to create a whole. That's what we are. We're little mini creators, right? Because we're created in the image and likeness of the Creator. Therefore, we're little mini creators, and we need to watch what we create. So, your words of letting the past, let all of that be in the past, is if we don't do that, we're just recreating the past. And that feeling nature, that's something you want to work on and amplify. That's why it's great to practice things like joy and happiness and, and get out there and play and acknowledge the presence of life force in everything you see. I'll show the audience my life force right now. Let's look at that life force right there. Isn't that beautiful?
you can walk by your side.
I do. I got it right by my side. It'll stay right by me. Yeah. So I love what you came forward with today, because really that's what we all, as we're humans evolving, if we don't start beginning to follow our hearts and working with that beautiful, juicy feeling nature we had, we're doomed to just repeat the past. And then I say, we're just a failure as a human species. Please don't fail me.
But also, I think we are getting tested every single day. I know I am. It's like taking exams, some sort of final exams. Yeah. Are you ready for moving forward, or you want to be there?
Yep.
Take your choice.
Yep.
What about you, Jeannie?
Yes, I'm the same way. So I could go the whole story about that. But what I want to say is about moving into this way of being and letting the past go. you know, I've heard that like, oh, just get over it, just get over it. And it's really important that people understand that it's not about just changing the frequency. You've got to do the work. You've got to go into the work that's the triggers and what is bothering you and be able to release it. So it's just not, you know, some people go into spiritual bypass and they just think, oh, if I can just think it and feel it, I'm there. But there's stuff inside of us that needs to be released, and it's really important that we do the work. And you know, I'm a therapist, and I've been doing this for years, and I can continue to still do my work, and it's so important. I mean, it's not like you're one and done. You know, like so many people, like, you know, oh, I've done my work, and it's like, no, it's a continuous process.
After first 6 sessions, some of them already after first session is telling me, oh, I feel much better. Thank you very much for all hard work you done. Okay.
Right. I mean, but people go in like, I mean, what happens is people leave and then they something else comes up because that's life. And it's just, then they come back and we work on it. But for me, it's like, it's for me, you know, in my own personal journey, never mind anybody else. It's like, I constantly work on what's coming up because I know what's coming up, like what's things that are triggering me and bothering me. It's going to stop me in my life. It's going to stop me from really getting into the higher potential that I want to be in. And so it's like, you know, I'm like, you know, and Morganne knows this. I go into it right away. Like, I don't let it fester. I try to get to it right away so I can release it and not live with it, because living with us brings our energy down and our vibration, and then we get stuck. And I see a lot of people being stuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's like, you got to do your work. And it's just not about changing that vibration. It's about releasing the stuff that is making you stuck. You know, and then getting into the vibration and lifting it higher, you know, after you've done the work, but you got to do the work.
Yep. Just making that decision to do the work lifts your frequency. Right. Just that right there, saying, wait, I don't want to be stuck in that anymore, because that's actually being stuck in the past.
Absolutely.
Right. So when we say, oh, I think I'm ready to do this work, right? That brings us right to the present moment. When that stuff is coming back up, it's great that it comes up. We want it to come up because it's what like puts a plug or a cap on us. If we don't let that stuff flow, see, once it starts flowing, now we're in the present moment. We're in the present moment. Yeah, it might be shit coming up, but we're in the present moment, and it's coming forward and it's coming out and it's releasing. And right there changes your frequency. Just doing that.
And what I also know is that as a therapist, you know, I can't do this work on my own. You know, that I need help when it comes to my own issues, because, you know, I help other people, and there's something about a witness holding you and reminding you, and it's so good to have somebody else, because when we work on our own and we you know, bring it up and then let it go, a lot of times we're letting it go and it's avoiding, you know, and we're just tired of it and we just want to go.
Well, and we create kind of an echo chamber in our own mind, right? We just, if we don't have someone that can, and I'm going to give a beautiful example of last Thursday when I got really triggered. I got really stuck, right? When we went to, Jeannie and I were meeting at a concert, and I had stuff that was, I had background stuff coming up. I had something that happened when I arrived there. Like these things were just kind of piling up, right? And then what was great is I had the capacity to take myself out of everything and just go sit alone for a while and just watch the water, watch babies, watch pregnant mommies, right? Like I shifted my frequency like immediately. Like it was so beautiful to do that. And then Jeannie comes over, and it's like it was so interesting because the validation of right where I was it was like I needed the validation just to be present where I was with whatever was coming forward. And, and for me, it's like, I don't like that stuff to come out in public, but there it was. Right. And, it was like when you let go, see, and I was having to let go. I was having to let go of what I thought was, I don't know what it was. I had to just let go of it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to shift. It's okay, right? It's like I was considering too many other people in my own decisions, and that's a recipe for disaster.
Right.
So it's we need a witness and someone to mirror back to us what we're thinking and saying, because sometimes we're not conscious of it. Right. I know you two know that, right? It's just like we need a witness to mirror back to us what we're thinking and what we're saying, so that we can really get in touch with what we're feeling and really what we need. And I think that, and Jeannie's absolutely right. If we as healers and therapists and those who are committed to be in service to others, if we don't have our own support team, then we're going to get real worn out. And I don't know about anybody else, but I've been there, right? Thinking I can do it all myself, and I'm the healer. Right? Here we go, see? And probably there are other hands going up out there in the ether, because we forget. And the prime thing that we need to tap into, our main support, needs to be Holy Spirit. Like, if we don't go there first, then we're screwed. Right? Because then we're out there in the world waffling around, letting the world buffet back and forth to us what we're not, or what we could be, or what we should be. So yeah. So anyway, so turning it over to the Holy Spirit. And then I also wanted to talk about forming an angel team. And I think we talked about it on our show 2 weeks. Did we talk about this on the show 2 weeks ago?
No, we haven't picked up the angelic teams. No.
Okay. So forming an angelic team is a really powerful concept of helping you as a human stay on track, stay grounded, stay present, and surrender your work, really, truly. So several months ago, I was given a gift, and some gifts aren't gifts. although I got many gifts of awareness and understanding from it. So in some convoluted way, it was a gift. And I'll just say somebody gave me an RV, a motorhome, right? So everybody was really excited about me getting that motorhome. Everybody but me. I was trying to get excited. I was trying to wrap my head around it. And the thing is, I just kind of kept plodding forward with it. I kept, okay, well, this is where it is. This is what it is. And I need to wrap my head around it. And then I've discovered that, no, I should have followed my original. This is too much for me. But, again, we say yes sometimes to things that are too much for us. So I took it on and learned a lot about myself in that process, and discovered that it was not something I wanted to continue. I just I knew it. It was not for me. So when I made the decision that it wasn't for me, I had to decide, well, what am I going to do about that? And what I was going to do about that was I was going to release it. But in my heart, because of how I received it from a dear friend of mine who gave me it was really her home. I wanted to honor that. And again, here I am trying to accommodate other people and who they are. I wanted to honor what she had done. And all that sounds really good and philanthropic and all that, but it was twisting me up into uh, making decisions that weren't absolutely right for me. So in doing the work around this piece, and believe me, it was work because it kind of got painful for me in making the decision, feeling like I was just going to disappoint my friend, being disappointed in myself because I couldn't make it work. Aren't those ridiculous? Those are all like, listen to me, right? I'm supposed to be evolved. And here I am playing ring around the rosy, trying to please everybody. So one day I said, no. And so I decided I would put my work to the test, and I created an angel team. I said, okay, I've made the decision. I'm releasing it, and I am releasing this to someone who absolutely wants it, loves it, can use it. It's like that's what I wanted, right? And so like, and I just put it out. And I said, I need one angel to go find me the perfect buyer. I need one angel to protect the motorhome. I need one, it's like I was assigning angels different tasks, or I need an angel to keep me calm and in perspective. It's like I formed this beautiful team, and then I let go. I just literally let it go, and I let the angels bring it to me. I did no more advertising. I did no more talking about it. I had one wanky thing that showed up, and I looked at that experience and went, oh yeah, I take responsibility for that, right? So I took responsibility for the wanky thing that showed up. And then the magic happened. The magic totally happened. I got an email from this kid asking me about it, and and there was something about the interchange between us that was light, and I'm like, oh, I can feel the presence of the angels in this. And so I just let it be. I acknowledge that that's what it was. And then this person came the next day to take a look at it, fell in love. His wife fell in love. And they had so many, they're talking about their dreams of what they want to do. I mean, it's like, I just sat back, and it was like my list for the angel team of who I wanted to have. It was like, I go, okay, check. It was perfect. The whole experience was perfect. And then on Friday, so that was a Wednesday night they came. And then on Friday, they came to bring me money and drive it away. And when they were like, we love you. We're so grateful for you. We just like, we want to always stay in touch. It was like this angel work. I mean, I go to get weepy. These two people are so precious, so beautiful, full of dreams and adventures. Well, I was like that 30 years ago, but I'm not that anymore, right? And to release it to them is a blessing. And so I'm so grateful for the angel team, because I could have never orchestrated it that way. I'd still be plunking ads out. I'd still be, answering stupid questions. And, it's just like, I said, no, I did my part. I turned it over to the angel team, and they got it. And they did. They totally got it. And out of that, I got new relationships with two amazing humans. I got the opportunity to bless their lives in 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 a beautiful. I help them fulfill a dream like that, and we do. That's what we do as humans, right? When we're open, we're fulfilling others' dreams. We're fulfilling others' ideas, and that's how God works, because God works within all of us. So I wanted to share my angel team story because I swear I thought we've talked about that on here, but
No, we haven't.
uh,
You
so
told, I think, because we talked about that in our session together. So you have memory that we talked because you talked with me. Uh, we have beautiful soul joining us. Vibe with, hey, hey, how's you all? I'm back again. So, hello, Vibe with. Very nice to see you again back, because Vibe with was joining my previous show, what I had tarot show, and after this show will be my tarot show with one girl. So she joined us previously in tarot show. You still can have ask questions, because we are here. We answer your questions, and Morganne is willing to help everybody who wants help. So thank you very much for joining us, and ask question if you want.
yeah, welcome. Yeah, so all of that angel teamwork comes from my study with Jean Slater in her work called Hiring the Heavens. And wonderful work. That's where I was certified to be a creative mystic. I was already a creative mystic, but now I got a piece of paper that says I am. But that work in hiring the heavens, what it does is brings it down to really a human level of almost like prayer, right? It's where we begin to turn our attention to something higher, turn our attention to what else is possible, turn our attention to something greater, right? So hiring the heavens, when you even just think about like, can I hire the heavens? Well, yeah, they're waiting for you to please. They hired us to come here. Okay, so I want to just say about the chosen and chose. So, yes, we are chosen, but we also chose to be here at this time to assist everyone to lift their frequency, to lend our frequency and our consciousness to the whole so we can uplift. And I don't know where I was going with that thought, but there it is.
I I think that what you've been telling this about your uh, motorhome, yeah, I have a feeling that was what I've been saying on the very beginning of the show, that we all sort of taking exams, final exams now. How far we go, and if something happened and threw us completely in 3D world back, yeah, how we will manage to get out of it. We pass this exam or not, how long it will take us to get back on right path, yeah. I know that's with me, it is really at the moment, it is testing my beliefs, testing my uh, everything, all my buttons get pushed, really get pushed at the
Yep.
moment, yeah. So for me to prove I am ready for this higher level or not yet. Yeah.
I do the same thing. And that's why, I do my work so much, is because I want to get into the higher level. But something came up, and I was really bothered by it. And I went on a walk. I walked for like 2.5 miles or 3 miles. And, I went on the walk to release it. And all I was thinking about the whole time. And I wasted my walk on thinking about this. And I was thinking, and I was mad at myself that I was in this thing, and I was just like, because I'm thinking I should be over this. so it's just amazing to watch the process. But what I find is that I do get over it faster than I did in the past, with things. It's just like, it doesn't take me out forever, and I'm not just saying never again with that person, It's like, so now my work is just like, okay, how do I express in a loving, compassionate way what works for me in the relationship, and so it just like, I just find it's and it's a really difficult conversation for me, because I know this other person will get really defensive, and and I just got to stay in my own power and speak my truth. And this is a person that I can't. I'll just say it. It's a family member. So,
I think with these two words, you straight away tell us everything what we need to know, because only family members can push all our
right. But
it possibly can.
Right. And that's the thing is, I know as in my own work with clients, is like because your family is your core relationship. It's it's the first relationship you ever had. And so you have all these core wounds from it. And so when you're working with them, as an adult, and I say working with them, but just being in a relationship with them, they can trigger you more than anybody can, and so it's just interesting to watch. And, for me, it's like, I know this person will not, may not get my message, or like when I'm talking to this person, they either get it or they won't. But I have to realize it's not my job to get them to get it. It's just, I have to speak my truth. And if they don't get it, that's them. But I just have to, become, be in my integrity about what I need in the relationship, and whether they're getting defensive or not, that's not me. Like, I don't have to go.
That's not even your business.
Right. So, and I just always do my business to try to take care of people. So it's I realize how rich this work is to deal, to work with. So it's just the universe is giving me this, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and like Daga said, like it does feel like a test, right? It's like,
yeah,
exactly. I feel like we're in our final exams, and we better well get it right.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's not about what the other person does or does not do. It's about me speaking my truth and staying in my power and not giving it away.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that goes back to A Course in Miracles, where we talk about when we incarnate into our families of origin, we come fully intact with all our issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to swallow sometimes, because people, blah, blah, like they don't want to take any. But what if you just stood in that concept for like a little while? Like, what if your issues was empowering self?
Right. Absolutely.
What if you're right? So it's like, when we use that, and that's really low 3D work, when we turn to others and blame that, like it was my family's fault, or it was, it's because this happened to me when I was a kid. You're giving all the power to that. You're giving all the power to that, right? But when we go, wait a minute, I arrived here with all of my issues intact, and here this is coming at me. Who do I need to become? Right? That would be like in the court. No, but nobody taught us to do that,
Right,
right?
right, exactly.
But we did get taught to blame and shame,
Right.
and that will keep you stuck in the 3D, Daga, and everybody listening. You want to get out of the 3D? Stop blaming and shaming.
Right. And for me and my family of origin, it was we were wrong as a kid. So I took on like it's my fault. So I'm trying to help everybody, and in trying to help everybody, I'm losing myself.
Yeah. And really, the only one you can help ever is you.
Right, right.
That's it.
So it's amazing that the universe gave us. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and our job really is not to fix anybody, not to make anybody wake up, none of that. Our job is to love. That's what we came here to do, is love.
Right. And it's about loving ourselves first enough to, because if we don't love ourselves enough and stand in our own sovereignty, we're not going to be any help to anybody else.
Exactly. And that's what's so empowering about the forgiveness work, right? Is that when we can forgive ourselves for our own, I mean, it's like wrapped right up there in the Lord's Prayer, right? Forgive me my sins as I forgive the sins of others, but also forgiving yourself. It's like whenever I mess up, right? Okay, let's play this game. Have you ever messed up?
Yes.
Okay, when you mess up, how do you feel?
Guilty, shamed.
Right?
Less than.
Which tells us we can't make a mistake.
Right.
We can't be wrong. So Jeannie, when when you're in there, and when I was in the work world in corporate, I noticed that a lot of people did not take responsibilities for their mistakes. So one day I decided to be an example of that, and I made an error. And so I jumped up in the middle of the office and I yelled out, "I made a mistake!" And I sat down and I went back to work. Well, I did it a few more times. Finally, it's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Well, I made a mistake and I let it go." Right? I acknowledged I made a mistake and I moved forward. Well, it didn't take too long. It took a couple of weeks, but it didn't take too long, where people were starting to jump up. I made a mistake. And it became this place of fluidity, because when we make a mistake in the old paradigm, I'll go back to Daga's old paradigm piece there. When we make a mistake in the old paradigm, we immediately feel shame and guilt. We put our heads down, our whole posture changes. So then, what do you think our frequency is at that time?
Right. And think about it. When you're in shame and guilt, your mind is stressed. You're not thinking properly. So there's no creativity coming from you. You're shut down, so if you're saying this is happening at work, you're completely shut down and you're not doing anybody any good, especially yourself and what you're working on. And so it's I mean, I love what you say about I made a mistake, because you're claiming it and you can just release it, and then you could just your mind is right on target again.
Right, because if I didn't say that out loud, I'm going to be saying that in my head.
Right.
And it wouldn't be, I made a mistake. You'd be go, oh, blah, blah, blah. Bad word inserted there. Oh, I really screwed up. Or it's like
Right.
The judgment, the shaming, the blaming. I don't need anybody to abuse me. Man, I can tell you, I can abuse myself so good in the past. I have chosen not to do that ever again, because that is old paradigm. I had tell me they're of the woke culture, which you know, whatever. There's pieces of that that I feel are good. Some pieces that I question. But one of the things they said to me that was like really strange is, and they said it like a year ago. Okay, was we were talking about forgiveness, and she said, "Oh, that's old technology."
Wow. That's a shame.
Isn't that interesting? I got a call from
Well
that person. That person is riddled with cancer.
Oh,
And I said, "Who do you need to forgive?" She's ready to do the forgiveness work now,
good.
right? Because when we are in unforgiveness, it sets up a toxic environment within our body temples. Our brains are polluted, our emotions are polluted. And so our body temple becomes a festering point for that. When we forgive, it releases that energy from our body temple to allow the frequency to move. That we become current. We become in the present moment. We become fluid. Um, so I will. Yeah, forgiveness is an old technology, but it's the only technology I've ever seen that works. If you want to call it technology. It allows us to have grace, which is, you know, one of those beautiful attributes of God. It allows us to be at peace, which gives us space to move into what else is possible. Yeah, forgiveness gives us a lot of things. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's not only old technology; it's ancient technology. Go ahead, Dega.
exactly. And we are very close to our. We started show late a little bit, so we in a time for our best part of the day for me. I love it. I love your meditations. It's really so healing, so beautiful. I just love it. So that's my favorite day of the moment of the show.
Well, it happens to be one of my gifts. I didn't ask for it. It just shows up. I don't plan for it. I don't write anything. I'm just open and available for the Holy Spirit to speak through me. So that's what you get, Dega.
Exactly. And actually that's what I now starting to do with my clients. I don't write anything. Absolutely nothing. It's going in life. Yeah, what comes to me, what I have to say, I'm saying, and what's not, I have pictures, I have images shown to me, or I know exactly what I need to say, but I not preparing for any of meditations what I'm doing with clients.
Yep. Just open up and let her rip.
Yeah, I just saying about I connecting with all these energies, and I ask Holy Spirit and Creator just speak through my voice, through my thoughts, through my energy.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm your channel. That's it.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. And so I'm just going to invite everyone to bring your attention to the present moment. And let's do that by just taking a beautiful breath in. And I'm going to invite you to just kind of hold your breath for a moment. Delight in that breath coming into your body. Feel it. And then just gently release it. And let it all go, every bit of the breath. Empty. Now we're going to take another filling breath. And this time, I'd like for you to make it a very conscious breath, understanding and remembering that what you are breathing is the very essence of Creator itself. And when we're in this consciousness of breathing in like that, we can invite the Creator into every cell of our being. So let's do that together. Beautiful breath in, breathing in the essence of the Creator. Let that breath go everywhere, igniting every cell of your body, waking up every cell of your body, and then just let the breath go. And as you let it go, just relax. Come present. Let go. And as you just continue your beautiful breaths in, and maybe with that awareness that with every breath you take, you're just breathing in more of Creator essence, igniting you, waking you up, empowering you. Just take those breaths. Be conscious and aware. Allowing those breaths to just move the old consciousness. Move it. Let it move. Let it find its exit. If there's anything that you want to keep from any of the old stuff, go ahead. You can keep it. Source doesn't care. So every breath, a new breath. Every out breath, a relaxation into the present moment. And so as you just come into this awareness of the presence, I'm going to invite you to come into your heart and ask this very important question to your being. And the question is, what is alive in me right now? So ask yourself that question. What is alive in me right now? Acknowledge what is alive in you. And as you acknowledge what is alive in you, ask yourself, is this aliveness something that feeds your soul and your body and your mind and your life? Is what is alive in you right now, is it serving you? And just answer the question. If it's yes, continue to allow it to be alive in you. And if what is alive in you is not serving you, allow yourself to take a look at that and ask yourself, is this something I want to hold on to? How is this serving me? Or how is this not serving me? So just be present to what is alive in you. And if it is not serving you, you get to decide. Can I let this go? Do I need help letting this go? It's okay to ask for help. So as we just query our own selves into what's alive in us, and we become clear about what is alive in us, and we choose what is alive in us, or we don't choose it, ask yourself this other important question. What else is possible? right now. Take a breath in. What else is possible? And as we begin to just allow our minds and our hearts and our whole beingness to think upon what else is possible, allow yourself to play with this. Allow this to be your beautiful mantra for the day. What else is possible? And always stay connected to that sacred space within you. I call it the Holy Spirit. You may call it your heart space. You may call it God or Jesus. All of those carry the same frequency and vibration. Holy Spirit, what else is possible? And if what is alive in you is amazing and way cool and you can't think of anything even better, ask the Holy Spirit, well, what else is possible? How can this get even better? We need to ask better questions. And so today, as we have played with what is alive within us, making decisions about whether or not we want to stay on that trajectory with what is alive within us. And as we choose what it is we want to stay connected to or not stay connected to, it's all right. Every bit of it is good. And as we choose and enjoy that what is alive in us, to open and expand our own beingness by asking the Holy Spirit what else is possible. What's the Holy Spirit got in mind? Because that's infinitely bigger than our own. So as we play with this today, I send us all forward to live in that idea, that creatorship, that awakening and remembering really who we are. And so it is with love that I leave us here. It is in love that you are supplied and supported. It is in love that we were created. So it is in love that I leave us here to go discover what else is possible and how can it get even better than this. And so in love, I let it be. And so it is.
Thank you, Morganne.
You're welcome, Daya.
Jeannie, do you have something to add?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Morganne. That was very extremely helpful. Very extremely helpful. I'm just so grateful to be on this call with you ladies, because it helps. It's such a great thing to put in my day, and to I find that when I'm on these calls, my vibration lifts just being on the calls with you ladies, and so I'm extremely grateful for doing this and having these calls. And just want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody who's listening, and have a great week.
Thank you very much, ladies, for coming on this call. I really appreciate all time you spending together with me, helping people for nothing. Imagine we are not some channel who is getting huge pay from adverts, or I don't know who else YouTube and Rumble is paying. They don't pay one penny for me. So I've been doing with this lovely lady this job completely and utterly for free. So it's from our hearts, literally coming and we sharing our time, which is valuable, obviously. We sharing to give you this knowledge, we sharing to help you, support you in your moving forward. And we enjoy every single one of you who come on these calls because we know if we touch even one soul, then we done our work and we can go touching many, many more than one. So thank you, thank you, thank you, lovely ladies, for your time. Thank you for your generosity and your wisdom and sharing this wisdom. So, whew, I'm getting emotional now. Uh, Thank you, everybody who is watching. Please don't forget like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. I invite everybody at 7 o'clock. There will be tarot show, so those who are interested in asking some questions and want some answers for them, please join us on the tarot show at 7 o'clock British time. So see you soon and till next week, everybody else. God bless.